Now we would be dealing with the last MCQ. Okay, so in this we have, what is the rate at which Messrs Shakti Traders LLP is required to deduct tax under section 194C and on what amount? 194C section, it talks about TDS liability in case of contract work. Alright, and the definition of work has been defined under this section. So let's see what all data we have in the question. Alright, regarding Messrs Shakti Traders LLP. Okay, here, third point. On 17th August 2020, he received 55 lakhs from Messrs Shakti Traders and LLP for supplying clothes as per its specifications. The raw material for the same was also supplied by the LLP, that is by Messrs Shakti Traders, that is by the party on whose behalf the contract was being carried out, the contract of supplying clothes as per the specifications. Now, the invoice for such supplies is raised in the following manner. We have value of materials and we have stitching charges. Now, under section 194C, the definition of work has been given, which says that definition of work involves manufacturing any goods as per the specifications of the person who has given the contract. Also, the material by which manufacturing is done, that material should have been supplied by the person who has given the contract. In such a scenario, the contract which has been received would come within the definition of work, and therefore TDS liability would be attracted. So in this given case, the contract has been received of providing clothes from Messrs Shakti Traders, and the material for the same has been provided by the same party. Therefore, it would be covered in the work definition. Alright. And now, if we have to compute the amount of TDS liability, then 194C, it says that the value of material which has been supplied by the person or say by the deductee, that amount, that value, it should not be included for the purpose of computing TDS liability. So if we have to compute the value of the contract work, then it should be only the stitching charges, which is 17,20,000. On this, we would be charging TDS rate. Now, 194C, it provides two rates. One is 1% and the other is 2%. 1% is when the deductor, or say when the deductor is making payment to a deductee who is an individual or an HUF. In the given case, the deductor is Messrs Shakti Traders and the deductee would be, okay, in this case we can check it from here. Okay, Mr. Bharat. Alright, so Mr. Bharat is an individual, therefore the TDS rate would be 1% under section 194C. Alright, so if we compute 1% of 17,20,000, we have 1,70,000 into 0.01, we get it 17,200. However, due to COVID relaxation, certain benefits would be available, like this rate would be reduced to 3/4, that is 3/4 of 1%. So 17,200, we would have to compute 3/4 of its value, which arrives at 12,900. So TDS liability in the given case would be 12,900. Okay, so in this case, they haven't asked the exact amount. Alright, so we just have to do what we have to do, 1%, 3/4 into 1%. Alright, it comes to 0.75%. Alright, and the value of stitching charges was 17,20,000. 17,20,000. This would not be considered for the purpose of computing TDS liability. Alright, so we have 0.75% of 17,20,000. B is our solution. Okay, so we are done over here.